a re na le mathata le wena re a kopa tsamaya dikhomo ke a kopa hle.
Hello everyone, welcome to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of Outlaws, the new TV show on Showmax that has been billed as South Africa's first ever Western series. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Outlaws is an epic drama that presents the story of two families at war with each other, the Zulu cattle farming Biyela clan and the Basotho cattle raiding Tseole family. Episode 1 opens up with a raging storm that forces the Biyela family out of their sleep. Bandile Biyela finds himself responsible for the family's cattle being left exposed to the mountains. Accompanied by his father and other ranchers, he crosses the flooded river, returning with their precious herd. We are then introduced to the Tseole family, which is led by Moretlo, who has been running a cattle theft syndicate in the Underberg region of KZN for years. She is supported by her son Leruo, her power-hungry brother Leabua, and his hard-headed cousin Tlali. Leruo assembles a team for a daring raid on the Zulus to steal their cattle. The raid unfolds with the Basotho bribing a guard named Mafaf, who allows the Sotho to enter and steal the cattle, leading to a dramatic chase and shootout, with even the Zulu women raising their weapons. However, the Zulus were outnumbered and not prepared to pursue the Basotho, who managed to get away with the cattle. The episode ends with Becky declaring war on the Basotho and vowing to reclaim their cattle as the rivalry begins. Episode 2 continues with the rivalry between the two families intensifying. Tlali disregards his cousin's orders and remains behind in order to steal even more cows. This would lead to a tragedy when he crossed paths with Becky and Nandi, who were still gathering up some cattle that got loose during the shootout. Despite the couple pleading for their lives, Tlali murdered them in cold blood and made no mention of it to his cousin when he returned. This act left Bandile and Sihle without parents, with both of them vowing to avenge their death. The Basotho wasted no time rebranding the Biyela cattle and taking it across the border to Lesotho. The news of the murder spread fast, making it difficult for the Ts'eoles to sell the stolen cattle. Leruo eventually finds out Tlali was responsible for Becky and Nandi's murders. He confronts his cousin, but passes out after aggravating the wound he sustained in the cattle raid. Meanwhile, Sihle, who is engaged to Kwanele, struggles to be present in the relationship, even though her fiancé is showing full support. Shortly after her parents' funeral, Sihle meets Leruo, who Tlali had dropped off at the hospital for medical attention. Sparks begin to fly between the two, with both of them unaware of their mutual connection to the raid. The chemistry between the two is established, with Leruo complimenting Sihle on her beauty. The episode ends with Sihle flirting with Leruo as she nurses his wounds, not knowing that his family is responsible for the cattle theft that resulted in her parents' death and the destruction of their farm. Outlaws Season 1 looks promising. I like the blend of Western elements and African storytelling. I actually thought it was a period piece based in the past initially, but was pleasantly surprised with the premise of the show. Outlaws has assembled a stellar cast of South African and Lesotho talent, led by Thembinkosi Mthembu, Letlhogonolo Maeza, and Mabato Mogomuti, to name a few. It doesn't look like the season was shot recently, but the quality still holds up. The production is clean, so I'm looking forward to seeing if they can keep it up. I'll be back next week with another review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR, for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.